Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of Washington Talks. I'm your host, Ron King, and we are privileged to have as our guest today Mr. Al Lucchini from the Main Street Farmers Market right here in Washington, Pennsylvania. Al, welcome to the program, buddy.
Pleasure to be here, Ron.
Okay. Al, I know you're the treasurer of the Main Street Farmers Market, but you also act as the manager of the Farmers Market too. Now, as manager, what's your main responsibility? What do you have to sweat out the most, buddy?
Well, it used to be the weather, but now we've got our pavilion, so that's not a problem. The biggest issue is making sure the lot's empty and that our vendors can get in and get situated on time. So
okay. Yeah, I can remember when the farmers market first started. As a matter of fact, I was one of the acts that used to perform down there. Mm-hmm. And, well, luckily the artist had a little pavilion underneath, but the people, the vendors and everybody else, there was some big time soaking in the early days, wasn't it?
Yes, there was.
Okay.
Brutal heat.
Oh, yes. Al, how long has the Main Street Farmers Market been around?
This is our 14th summer, Ron.
14 years?
14 years.
Okay. Now, I know that you did not start the farmers market all by yourself. At least I don't think you did you?
No, I did not.
Who were some of the people that helped you out and were instrumental in getting the farmers market started?
Well, the three ladies who started the market were Suzanne Ewing, who's our current president, Kim Lucchini, and Jeannie Berkeley. And I was not any part of that. That was the three ladies' idea, and they took the ball and ran with it. Okay,
that was good. So they probably had the idea for the market maybe even a couple of years prior to it actually happening.
They did. It took quite a bit of effort and a lot of work to get this thing set up. So yeah.
Okay, so you say you weren't one of the initial crew. How did Al Lucchini happen to get involved in the market?
Al Lucchini was married to Kim Lucchini, who needed a volunteer to run the market. And, I forgot to take one step back, and that was me.
See what we do for love, huh, Al?
And it was only supposed to be 1 year, but 14 years later, here I am.
Yeah, well, I know how that...
I enjoy every minute of it, Ron.
Okay. Al, the original farmers market didn't have a roof, as we were talking about, but it does now. So how did that roof happen to get there?
It was actually a dream of Suzanne's to put a building on the lot, and not just to provide something for the farmers market, but as an asset for the city of Washington, which it has become. Okay. So she came up with the idea of doing it. We talked about it. We got together with the Whiskey Rebellion people, the very first Whiskey Rebellion, and Range Resources was a sponsor, and they agreed to donate the proceeds from the festival to the Market Pavilion Fund. And
really?
That was our first seed money.
Did Suzanne envision an actual building with 4 walls initially?
No, that was never the intention. It was always intended to be an open pavilion that had access to trucks and everything for farmers and whatever else needed to be under there. So,
oh, okay. Oh, we happen to have a little clip. I was up at the farmers market a couple of weeks ago and did a little video up there so that we can give our viewers, let them see what it looks and sounds like at the Main Street Farmers Market in Washington, PA. Let's run that clip, please. Well, hello, Ron King here, and I'm standing out in front of the Washington, Pennsylvania Farmers Market on a Thursday afternoon, a sunny Thursday afternoon, right in the middle of the summer. And we're going to go into the Farmers Market. It looks like they're having a lot of fun, good food in there. We'll go inside and check it out and let you see what's happening at the downtown Washington, Pennsylvania Farmers Market. Let's go inside. We are here with the lady that I call the Pasta Lady.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
What's your first name, dear?
Lena.
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 Okay, and what company are you representing today?
My daughter's company, Mia Cucina Pasta, all homemade gourmet pasta.
Okay, and do you have like a big pasta factory?
Well, she has one, yes. it's quite a thing.
That's
she
great.
does have one.
Okay, we'll take a look at the pastas here and see what you have. What are some of the flavors of the pasta?
We have oregano, black pepper, lemon pepper, spinach, We have angel hair pasta, lemon pepper, basil.
You know what? I've had several of these, and they are delicious. I highly recommend it. That's Mia Cucina Pasta Company. Is that it?
That's it.
Thanks for talking to us.
Sure.
And we're here at the Simmons Farm Market table. A lot of good stuff here. And a lot of folks visiting. We got the tomatoes and look at the colorful peppers we have over here. And some eggplant too. Simmons Farmers Market are always here. They've been here for several years. Probably one of the key vendors in the place. Has a whole lot of people come to the farmers market. Well, that's our tour of the farmers market. It was fun, and we'll head back to the studio now. And we are back talking to Mr. Al Lucchini from the Main Street Farmers Market in Washington, Pennsylvania. We showed a little short clip of what's going on, give us the flavor a little bit of the market, and we showed a couple of vendors there. But up to 30 vendors at times have been there. Might you touch on just a few of the vendors who come to the market?
I can do that. Let me say one thing about that. From the very beginning of the market run, we did not want a produce market. We envisioned something that was very diverse. Basically, people come and meet all their shopping needs. So we have produce, we have people like the Spring House there, we have pasta, we have
Pasta, my favorite.
We have a bakery, any number of different things. So we wanted a wide variety so people could basically meet their shopping needs at the market. So
I know. I've been up there before. I mean, you have pickles, you have popcorn, you have pastries. I got some eggplant the other day, and my wife got some blossoms of some flowers.
Absolutely.
She tossed them in some oil and flour, and they were delicious. There I was eating flowers. I can't remember the name of it.
We also have all the local wineries at the market and the local distillers. So we've added that as a new facet.
Now, that's kind of interesting, though. How is it, knowing the strict liquor laws in Pennsylvania, Al, how on earth do you get to sell spirits, wine, and liquor at a farmer's market?
There's a special provision enacted, and the market was actively participated in getting that law changed that allows producers, wineries, to sell their product at farmers markets. And just this past year, that provision was extended to distilleries. So,
oh, really?
Which is wonderful for the local industries. It gives them another outlet. And
well, way back when in colonial times, everybody knows about the Whiskey Rebellion and all the manufacture of spirits in this area. It looks like on Main Street, Route 40, we are churning up some spirits again.
We've come full circle.
Full circle, yes. I know the farmers market could not make it. You mentioned vendors, but sponsors are so important. And I know a lot of important sponsors here in the local area have contributed to your health and welfare, haven't they?
We've been very fortunate. We've been blessed to have a group of loyal sponsors. Many of them have been with us from the very beginning. It's like a who's who of the community. I hate to start naming them because I'll forget, but W&J, Washington Hospital, Columbia Gas, Range Resources, EQT, Campbell Insurance, Ivy Green. I could go on and on.
Observer Reporter. Northwood Realty, I believe, is one of them. Chapman Corporation.
Chapman.
And Washington Financial, too. I think they're in on
Washington Financial, and I'm sure there are more that I'm forgetting, and I apologize in advance.
Oh, that's all right. If any of you feel left out, at the end of the program, we'll give you Al's personal home phone number, and you can do whatever you want.
They won't call me when they're afraid I'll ask them for more money.
One of the really nice things about the farmer's market, you go up there and you can squeeze the tomatoes and figure out what you're going to have for supper, and maybe get some barbecue. But while all that's going on, you're listening to the strains of some really nice music up there. You've always had music at the farmers market, haven't you?
Yes, we have. And that's one thing that sets us apart. And we love to give young performers a chance. We've had everyone from a jazz legend like Tony Janflone
Yes.
down to young kids playing their very first gig and learning on the fly, and we love it. Every bit of it.
Tony Janflone, he's a personal friend of mine. We've been buddies since yay when. I know, rightly noted, she has something to do, what's the lady's name?
Lee, and she's been with the farmers market forever. She came on the board many years ago and took charge of the music, so she's responsible for all of that happening.
And I know another good friend of mine, Kevin Ryan. I've seen him up at the farmers market a couple times. Weather Road. Patrick Arena. Do you know Patrick Arena?
Oh, very, very, very well. And Patrick's been with us. Harry Funk from the Observer Reporter was the first performer at the market in our very first year, and we borrowed his equipment.
Yeah, well, Harry had a real long way from the Observer Reporter across the street. He was on tour, right? He walked across the Main Street. Al, besides cash, do the market vendors accept any other kind of payments or coupons or anything?
They do, Ron. That's a very important part of our mission as an inner city market. We were the first market in Western Pennsylvania to start having access to food stamps, EBT, at the market. We have a program with the Community Circle Food Pantry where they issue tokens, and their people can take tokens and come to the market and get fresh food.
Okay.
And then lately we've joined with Philadelphia Food Bucks, where we provide a premium to people. The program works like this: you come and you buy $10 worth of EBT tokens. We have Washington Financial provided a grant to us. We add 40% on top of that.
Okay.
And then the Philadelphia Food Bucks programs add another 40%. So you spend $10 off of your food stamps and you get $18 worth of
Oh,
food,
that is wonderful. It makes the money go a long way, doesn't it?
It does. It really helps people in need and gives them access to food that they might not otherwise have.
We would be remiss if we didn't mention two things. The months of the year, you're not going to be open in the winter months, are you?
We're open mid-May through the last Thursday in October.
Okay, so it's usually every Thursday then.
Every Thursday.
And on those Thursdays, what are the hours?
We're 3 to 6.
Okay. And I know you have an opening bell like the stock market, Al.
We do.
You try to buy a tomato before 3 o'clock and you're not going to get it. I mean, it's like, boom, the market is now open.
We do that for safety. We can't have people driving trucks in and setting up while other people are trying to shop. So it's really a safety factor.
If people would want to know more about the farmers market, Al, do you happen to have a website?
We do. It's msfm.org.
msfm.org. MainStreetFarmersMarket.org. But you just use the initials.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm sure you have an email address too if people would like to contact you in any way.
You're going to give me a blank on that one.
Oh, here, wait a minute.
And you made me shut my phone off so I can't go get it.
Well, listen, if they were to send it to your email, your personal email address, would that be all right, or would you prefer not that?
Oh,
No, okay. We're sans email address here, folks. Sorry about that.
If they would just go on Google Main Street Farmers Market, we will come up and it will have the email address on there, and on our website it also has it, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, well, are you sure you don't want to give us your personal phone?
No, I do not.
Okay. Al, this has really been fun, buddy. I see our time is just about up for this edition of Washington Talks. Thank you very much for being our guest today.
I appreciate you having me, so thank you so very much.
That's nice of you to say so. Okay, and so on behalf of Al Lucchini from the Main Street Farmers Market right here in Washington, Pennsylvania, this is Ron King saying so long till we catch you next time on Washington Talks.